what's going on, man? It's your boy Miistro Freeyo. You already know, man. I'm building with ULSTN Media, St. Louis.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, Dubai nice, Dubai nice. I want to sleep in the room, woke up on a Dubai flight. Yeah, kinda so hard for the day.
All right. Today we have a very special guest in the studio with us. Producer, rapper, all around hustler.
For sure.
Miistro Freeyo.
Yes.
Maestro, man, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm happy we could, make this happen, man. It's been a talk for a minute, but yeah, we here now.
Yeah, man. It took us a little minute, but we got it done.
Hey, it's a great thing to take time, you know what I'm saying? For sure.
Man, you've been on a crazy run, man. Like, how you been feeling lately, just in life?
Man, right now, man, I've been in the point of just really just trying to really just showing more gratitude and understanding, like, kind of what's going on, like, so to speak. Sometimes life moves so fast, so I'm always be focused on the next. I got to do this, got to do that. Mm-hmm. But like lately, I had a moment where I just really just stopped and just kind of just took everything in. Like, yo, you understand? Like, since a kid, this is from watching 106 in Park. Like, you know what I'm saying? Wanting to do this, and over the years, you've made it to this point, like doing stuff you dreamed about. So right now, I'm feeling really good. I'm in a good mood, great mood. Yeah, man, I'm gotta be motivated for more, for next, you know what I'm saying? So I'm feeling good.
Man, that's dope, man. So much that we will get into, but since it's your first time on the platform, and one of the first things that I like to do is like kind of go to like your origin stories, then lead back up to right now. So my first question to you would be, how would you describe your childhood?
My childhood, I would say fun. Like, if I kind of just simplified, a lot of fun. I was the only child. I got a sister. We got the same daddy, but like, as far as growing up in the household, I was the only child. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, I was always going to my cousin's house. Like, any chance I could get, like, I'm going to my, I'm at the houses, me and moms. You know what I'm saying? Or me and pops over there. So, like, yeah, I'm always just was moving around a lot. But my childhood was fun, and it's crazy because like the music has really been such a just huge factor in my life since a kid. You know what I'm saying? At the age of, I want to say like around 4 or 5 or so, I used to be at my grandparents' house, and my pops, he played piano too. He played about the same way I played, same way he played.
Okay.
And so being around him, you know what I'm saying, he would be playing Sesame Street on the piano, so I'm hearing, as a little kid, I'm just hearing it, and it just grabbed me, so I'm just sitting there next to him, just, you know what I'm saying, pressing the keys or whatever. And that really how it just started, to where every day now, like, I'm on the keys messing around, just learning. Never had no lessons and nothing like that, you know what I'm saying, so my childhood, a lot of that was a part of me growing up with music. Everybody seeing me, they knew I would bring the keyboard with me. Like, if you see Stroke come over to my auntie house or cousin house, like, even in school, like, it got to that point where, like, they just always see me with the keyboard. Like, that's how much I was just, you know what I'm saying, invested in it. So my childhood was definitely fun. I think early on I realized that this is what I love to do. Like, not knowing how it's going to happen, how it's going to work out, but I just know I love to do this, and I just, poured into it.
Mm-hmm. Did you grow up, like, with both your parents, or was it with your grandparents?
Both of my parents separated, but yeah, I say both of my parents. Yeah,
okay.
I go to my house this week, pops on that weekend. We figure it out. Yeah,
but they made it work.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. And was that like the first song you learned how to play on the piano? Was the Sesame Street?
It actually wasn't the Sesame. The first one I actually learned was I want to say Mary Had a Little Lamb, yeah.
Okay.
which is kind of funny, because like now in my shows I incorporated, like, before I start my show off, like, people know I played Mary Had a Little Lamb. So it kind of throw everybody off at first. They're like, yo, this dude, like, he gonna bring a kid, he playing some nursery rhymes. But then I just flip it into a whole like kind of Beethoven type of vibe. But then, I'm dropping 808s and the song start. Yeah, so that literally was the first song I learned, you know what I'm saying, coming up for sure.
Oh man, so that was a big part of, so music being a part of your life since
you was a
like little kid.
Yeah.
And playing. Definitely. And that's what you mainly stick with, the piano?
Piano, yeah.
Man, that is dope, man.
Anytime I write a song, like I try to start with the keys first. Like when I'm at the crib, like I play the melodies first before I add any drums, anything. They're like the foundation. You know what I'm saying? That's what I go to. Yeah.
What were some of your influences growing up? Musical influences.
Musical influence. It's crazy. Outside of like family played a big part. Like outside of like my pops and like my uncles and stuff, because that's really when I would be hearing them. Like we'd be at the house, and I'll be on the keys. My pops on the keys. Like we always had the jam sessions at the house, and my uncles come through. And they not known as far as singers, but they would sing. You know what I'm saying? They get a look in their system. You would think we the Temptations down there. Yeah. So that was like early on. Just like my uncle, he claimed, rest in peace, my uncle Curtis. He claimed he played the drums. I've never seen him play the drums, but he can play the hell out of the table, boy. He get the banging on the table and going like. But just outside of family, I'm trying to think producer wise. I always had huge respect for Pharrell when it comes to production wise. Pharrell, big influence. Kanye, you know what I'm saying? Kanye, like just how he uses samples and would bring just orchestras and live streams, like that whole aspect of bringing like just the whole classical orchestra side to hip hop. Like I always just was a fan of that. Manny Fresh was a big influence production wise. Zaytoven for sure. Like you know what I'm saying? I got influence. Rapper artist wise, Lil Wayne, like today, like was my favorite rapper coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like he just always the one that kind of just showed me like how you can just with wordplay, how you can just be, you know what I'm saying, you're creative with your just how you can compare this to that, or how you can just say the same thing but in a more wittier way. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
I got you. You mentioned Beethoven. Like you play some other classical pieces?
Yeah, I do. But it's more so. So like I said, without me reading music, like it really just comes from the heart. So like I think my influences came from different areas. So me knowing some classical music, like hearing it, like I know how to kind of incorporate it, even if it's not technically like, oh, that was a Beethoven song. That's such and such. It just be me knowing the feeling of it, knowing how to incorporate that like in production and everything. Like I take a trap song, like something hard hitting 808s, and I add like some just classical keys over it and just give it a whole another like a whole another feeling, dramatic.
That's dope. Yeah. Like, so you started at 4. At what age do you feel like you was like really good?
Shoot, probably about 3rd grade. When I was in 3rd grade, yeah. No lie. When I was in 3rd grade,
was that like 8? Was that 8 or 9?
Yeah, my son, my son, about 8 or 9. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I think I still got my old notebook too, full of my rhymes and stuff on there. My first raps I was writing, I still got all that. So, yeah. Back then, I would have the titles to the songs before I even wrote the song. Like I just knew I'm gonna write a song. Super young, never been to no club, but I'm gonna make a song about in the club. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't never been to no club, but like, yeah.
This is the 3rd grade?
3rd grade, yeah. I don't know what I was watching. I don't know.
You knew in 3rd grade you was gonna be in the club.
In the club. Oh, this song, I'm talking about this girl right here and this and that. Like, yeah, that's funny.
That's what's up, man. So, like, how many, like, so you could just play a lot of different things by the time you was in 3rd grade.
3rd grade, yeah. When I did 3rd grade, and it's kind of just progressed, from that point on. Because I was just really like, I always say like, if I probably try to learn music or just get into it, like now, like if I was playing the keys and stuff like that, versus when I was a kid, like it'd be way more difficult. You know what I'm saying? Because at a young age, you like a sponge, like you just kind of just soaking up what's given to your environment. So I didn't know nothing else. All I knew, I loved to do it, and I just every day, like you know what I'm saying, I was on it. So at the early age, I don't know, I didn't have no doubts. It was like, I love to do this, I'm just gonna do it.
So throughout, you being a kid and being in school, like what other places like would you put on, I guess, a display or a show of what you can do with the piano?
Definitely all the family functions. Like anytime family would come into town, it was always like, where little Reggie at? Where the keyboard at? Where that keyboard at? Come on. I ain't gonna lie, it got to the point I was like, man. Like sometimes I want to go to a family function and just eat and enjoy like everybody else. But it's like, hey, we want to hear you this and that, and I would play. And then once I start playing, because I know once I start playing, it's gonna be for like hours upon hours. Like we gonna be jamming. It's gonna be a whole thing. Like this person gonna come up and sing with it. They gonna sing, and we gonna freestyle and do this. So, but it was something I appreciate so much because it just taught me so much as far as just performing and just what that even means to entertain. You know what I'm saying? Like at an early age, like I got to get over some of them nerves as far as being in front of people and performing, whatever. So outside of that, of course, like school talent shows, things of that nature. Yeah, anywhere, man. Anywhere I could be at, I would just have it with me, man. I ain't gonna lie.
You from St. Louis, so what high school did you go to?
I went to Ridner High.
Ridner.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yep.
So when did you decide that you wanted to rap?
I want to say it's around the third grade mark, and it's crazy. Like I ain't never told nobody this. I don't think, but like really one of the inspirations as a kid, like just had a confidence, like to actually like rap. Was Lil Bow Wow. I know you're gonna hear that a lot, but like, don't know a lot for him being like a young kid and just seeing somebody that's around my age or whatever the case is doing it. I'm like, oh snap.
Listen, bro. I'm totally with you. Like when I was, I'm gonna just throw it out there. I graduated in 06. Okay. So like Bow Wow, back then, man, he was an influence on all of us. All of us felt like we could be that kid.
You could do it. Like, okay, yeah.
So I get it.
You guys want to look and see what it looked like, and you got crisscross, you know what I'm saying? But just them images of like me being young and seeing that, it was like, it gave me the, okay, it's possible, you know what I'm saying, to do this. Not thinking, oh, you too young or whatever, so, yeah.
I got you, man.
Yeah.
So how did you decide on the name Miistro Freeyo?
Man, so before I had a lot of names before that. I ain't even gonna lie. I had some. First, that's around third grade. I was Lil Reggie at first. My pops, I'm a junior. My pops ain't Reggie, so I was Lil Reggie. That's what my pops side they call me Lil Reggie, whatever. So I was Lil Reggie at first, and then going into middle school. I don't know how it started or why, but everybody would kind of come to me asking me for like $1 or something. Like somebody, I think one time somebody asked for $1, and I had them like, oh yeah, here you go, gave it to them. And I don't know if they went and told somebody else like, I got the from. When I tell you it became a thing, like all my prayers, it became like, this big money, man, money. So I got in the booth. I'm like, okay, I'm big money, you know what I'm saying? They ain't know like the little dollars wasn't nothing, you know what I'm saying? But you young, you like, okay, yeah, big money. I remember I just put dollar signs on all my homework. My mom would be like, she look at my like, what's all these dollar signs you draw? All the big money, they call it. But after that, I was doing that for a minute, and then I remember one time I had my Uncle Stevie. He came in town from Texas one year. We at my grandma's house, and like I said, I was playing for the family, you know what I'm saying, the kids, how I do. And before he left out to leave back out, he was like, all right, nephew, go ahead, keep doing your thing. Like, man, you a young maestro. And like when he said it, somebody just stuck with me, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, snap. So I was going my young maestro for a while, you know what I'm saying? The maestro thing really just felt like it just kind of explained me and, who I am as an artist and a producer. After that, it was like some years going by, me and my manager, we was talking about it, and I was just pretty much trying to evolve as an artist. Like, okay, I'm doing this. Like, how do I grow into how to come because young maestro, a lot of people go my young this, young that, that. So we came up with Miistro Freeyo. The Freeyo part came from, okay, it was like, what do you want to do with your music? Like, what's something that you want people to get from? Like, what do you have to offer? And the Freeyo came from Freeyo Mind. That was I just shortened it, so it's Miistro Freeyo. Because I always feel like with me rapping, making the beat, singing, doing some of this, some of that, I'm like, I don't want to be put in no box. Like, I kind of want to just create. Like, so I like Miistro Freeyo. That's what this represents. Like being an artist, being free, able to do this, able to do that, and how you brand yourself. So I think that's just what. When I heard that, I was like, okay, I ain't changing my name no more. Like this sums it up. Like let me go ahead and sign off there. This how we rocking.
So you were you making music before you decided on like officially Miistro Freeyo was gonna be your name?
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah, okay. Yeah. I probably got my old Facebook. I'm pretty sure I got some links somewhere. Yeah, no, definitely, yeah. I definitely was, yeah. Making like a lot of it like just blindly. I say that to say that like you don't always have no path and no everything laid out to the T, but like I don't know, we got that burning passion inside of you. Sometimes you just like, I know I need to be doing this. So even I look back on some of my older stuff, like I really ain't know the direction of what it was gonna go, but I was expressing myself. I was putting this out there. I ain't nothing about marketing and nothing, you know what I'm saying? So it was just pure. So
gotcha.
Yeah, I definitely was making a lot of music before then. Yeah.
So, what were some of those first music experiences? Creating those the music. Those first experiences. What were they like?
A lot of basement studios, a lot of old, cheap computer mics hanging up on the wall, rapping to that. Like, shout out Ricky Mane. Ricky Mane was definitely there in the early stages. Like, he another talented producer and artist from the city, and he used to have a studio at a crib. You know what I'm saying, in the basement. He built up a whole booth down there. And like I said, we was just getting it in, man. He had an old computer mic, like about this big, just taped it to the wall. Like, in the middle of recording, it might fall off. We gotta hold on, boom, tape it back up. All right, start me over. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of that. Just a lot of basement studios, man. Anywhere I could just record. I remember even if I think back further, I used to use there was a tape recorder or something. Like, I learned how to get like a karaoke machine and record that, and I'm using the tapes on there just to, as a rapper, that was like an artist period, just to hear yourself back recorded was like, you didn't know about the quality, but that just was everything. That was everything, to play it back, like, oh snap, this is me. Like, yeah, man, for real.
Was the process of creating music as difficult as playing the piano?
Creating music, so as far as like the songwriting of it,
just the whole production,
just the process of like recording and everything. I guess I would say it's a little bit more of a, because I think production wise, I think I'm a little bit more, I want to say maybe a little bit more free as far as how I like produce. It's like it's something just kind of comes out of me, and I just just let it happen or whatever. Creating music, as far as like the actual, I think the recording process of how I do it, like I'm more of a perfectionist when it comes to a lot of stuff. So all I do is just line over and over and over. Like, no, that one was good. Like, all right, hold on, one more time. Let me just, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's one thing I think make it a little bit more, maybe I guess, difficult, but not much though. Not much though. Yeah.
You being able to play the piano, does it feel like that help you a lot?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Being able to produce.
Yeah, definitely. Some of my folks call it like a little cheat code, because like I'll be making the beat and like I'll be playing them, like the melody, the words, without having the lyrics that I'm able to know, okay, I know how the melody should sound over this beat, so then just either to add the words to it. It's to the point now, like I work with certain people, they'll have me like, all right, what you hear on it first, and I get to kind of play some melodies, and then they're like, oh yeah, dope, and then you add their words to the record and stuff. Yeah,
I got you. Do you feel like you're more of a music producer or more of a rapper, or is it all the same to you?
It's really all the same. Like I've struggled with thinking about that sometimes, like but it's really all the same, because my love for it is like, man, I gotta have both. Even when I lean into one more than the other during the time period, I feel like I'm missing something. Man, I need to go ahead and get back over here and make sure I'm still feeding this side of me too, for sure.
Man, so like before you came in, like I remember. I mentioned, how we was talking about the Come Up song.
Yeah, the Come Up.
And it's like, you did it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I guess I would say, like, what was, that process like from, those early stages of, being an artist and not too many people knowing about you, you know what I mean, to you doing what you're doing now?
A lot of that was a lot of bumping my head, a lot of just trying different avenues out. I would say around that time, I'm trying to think back my mindset at the time, it was, I think with me being just younger and just really looking at the world, like I just got so much. I guess it's kind of crazy because it's like at that time you look at it like, okay, these are the beginning stages, or this is some form of the beginning, because people at that time might not look at that as my beginning, but they know when I look back, I'm like, okay, cool, I was still wet behind the ears some, but with that, it's like, man, not knowing what's on the other side of this, and it's just like, I feel like the whole world's ahead of me, so, I don't know, my mindset back then really was just like I said, the come up, you know what I'm saying, like that's all and then like, and really having that belief and that faith, like I'm a person that really move off of what I really believe, and if I got faith in it, like that's what it is. You can't really tell me no different. Like I believe it. Like even when it don't make sense on paper, it's like, no, this is gonna happen. And so, I think during that time, a lot of that was me moving with that mindset and seeing certain things come to fruition. Even during there to just tell me like, okay, no, keep going. Like, nah, don't stop. You know, like we just kind of spoke about. You know, sometimes you might go broke, or you might go this. You know, this might happen, but just not stopping it, and that's really the testament to the whole thing. So
what are some things that you felt like you had to do in order for things to take off for you? Because it's a lot of artists that's here, that's independent in whatever city that they in, and like they just be in the city and they're really good, but it's hard for them to break out, you know, like how they want to. So what were some things that you feel like you had to do to really start taking off for you?
I think a lot of it is really getting out of our own way. First, I would say that. I think a lot of times as artists, like we in our own way a lot of the times. You know, it may feel like it's somebody else, but it's you. You know what I'm saying? It's us. Like, so with me, kind of just getting out of my own comfort zone too. Like when I look at production wise, like at first I didn't want to produce for nobody else. Like I just only make. I'm be honest, I want to like it was only me and a couple of the homeboys that was around I grew up with that I would make beats for them. But other than that, I'm like anything I'm making is, you know, me. I'm writing to it as soon as I'm making the beat. Like I didn't look at it things as a business. I was just solely just purely on the, you know what I'm saying, the art side of it. I feel like if I could just speak to that person, they're not gonna say what I would have said on it, and I feel like I'm like just giving my child away. You know what I'm saying? I was that attached to it. You know what I'm saying? Same with writing for people. You know what I'm saying? I just like, nah, why would I sell this to that person? Like, this is my story. This is what I felt. You know what I'm saying? Like so it took me a while to get out of that phase, and once I started kind of just learning how to balance, like, okay, you can still keep your integrity in what you're doing, but understand, like, okay, I still get joy out of it just because I made this beat and this other artist is using it. Like, I'm finding joy in that, like seeing how they able to, the same feeling I get, they able to get that feeling off of that and have their dreams, or, you know, their aspirations, or tell their story. So, like, a lot of that helped me kind of branch out of my own just bubble, you know what I'm saying? Then networking was all like a big thing. Like, you know, sometimes, you know, you can be an introvert, you may feel like, I don't want to be, all these people, man, you know, because the industry got a lot of fakeness that come with it, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes, like, man, I don't want to be around them folks, I don't want to, but as an artist, like, you got to find your medium, you know what I'm saying, and know that, okay, no lies, I can't even, situation recently just kind of just happened, I ain't going to speak on it, like, too much, but something I had with somebody, you know what I'm saying, I'm like, dang, I knew that, okay, personally wise, it made me want to be like, man, I ain't going to that event, I ain't doing that, I'm not, but artist-wise, business-wise, not okay. No, it's still good for. I need to go still do my job. You know what I'm saying? Do my thing. I accomplished that, and because the goal, what I'm doing, is bigger than just personal feelings and this and that. So a lot of times with artists, that'd be a big thing. Your personal feelings about this, and you'll box yourself. You know, you'll blacklist yourself out the situation. So a lot of that I think is big for artists to just know that, like, yo, think outside yourself, and sometimes you gotta be uncomfortable. Like, sometimes you never know what's on the other side because you just stuck in, okay, this is how I do it, this is how I move. And yeah, that's cool, but it might not grow to the level that you wanted to get to, you know what I'm saying, moving like that, so. Yeah,
man. Nelly mentioned you, and mentioned you along with J Baby as being, you know, the future of St. Louis music, man.
Shout out Uncle Mo. Yeah.
You mentioned you
again.
Yeah, man. You mentioned you again on Drink Champs too.
Yeah.
Like, how did you feel about that, man? Man,
that was everything for me, man. Like, you know, Nelly being one of the, like, superheroes, you know, from St. Louis, who I always looked up to, was influenced by. That was big, and it was like right before my birthday too. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just I ain't expected. It ain't like I knew. Okay, he could go in there and do that. So that was huge, and that's a huge platform for the salute.
How did y'all end up connecting, man?
Man, it's crazy. Like, I was already working with pretty much a lot of people like that surrounded in the circle before I actually worked with him. From City Spud to his nephews JGE, his daughter Chanel, Murph. I performed on Murph birthday parties. Keywan. I pretty much had run-ins with everybody. I just still ain't met him. I was at the studio all the time, you know what I'm saying? Like, just working and producing and stuff like that. But he would never be there. So when he there, I'm not there type of thing. So it was the first time I actually had met him. I think I was producing a record for daughter Chanel. And he came in, I think he just got in town, came in there, he don't know me, and I can tell, I feel like he was looking at me like I'm just some random dude and they home studio, like, okay, and I'm working with his daughter, so he probably like, man, who is this dude, man? So, you know, she like, oh, daddy, check him out, you know, it's my show that died, it's a song, he listened to it, he was like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying, cool, I really ain't couldn't tell too much of, you know, how he felt about it.
Yeah.
I left her, she ended up telling me later on, like, nah, she left, like, nah, my dad was like, bigging you up, like, oh man, he dope, man, this young dude dope, and let her die. They having conversations, so I'm like, okay, cool. Mm-hmm. Now the next time I seen him, this was some years back. Smino did his Christmas show that he does every year, and so we all, you know, kicking it and everything. So I'm in the studio, and he was in there working with, I believe, Chop Squad DJs and Loudy on the track, I believe.
Okay.
They in the room. Now, mind you, before they got there, I was already cooking up, you know what I'm saying? And and I get the word, like, yo, Mo finna come through, he got a session, da. So basically, you know, all right, everybody clear the room, it's his session. So I'm like, cool. So I was finna leave, I was finna go home, and then someone told me, like, man, like, nah, I'm gonna just go ahead, I'm gonna post up in the lobby. They got like a little lobby area or whatever. So I set my keys up, my computer, my speakers, and I'm still making beats in there while he in there recording, whatever. So, man, my mindset was like, yo, you know, opportunities come your way. You can either be on some, okay, all right, get out the way. And man, when I tell you I turned my speakers up to the max, the maximum level, I turned the speakers up and I went to the computer and turned their levels up too. Man, I had that beat, man, blasting. So, yo, straight up. So then, as I'm making it, he come out. Cause how it was, like, where the booth is, like, if you want to go to the bathroom, you got to pass where I was at to go over to that side of it. So he come out one time, he like, yo, what up, champ? Okay, oh yeah, that's you? I'm like, yeah. He like, oh, that sound good. Leave out, come back over to the booth, still cranking. Cranking out there. Another time he come out again. This time he come out, he like, oh, okay, champ. And I heard him kind of like low-key freestyling, like some little lyrics, like he's walking by, like, yeah, that's hard, yeah, okay. Go out there, boom. Still cranking. The third time he come out, he like, hey, yo, nephew, man, no, that sounds good, but can you just turn down just a little bit? He like, I'm in a recording, they telling me that the music is peeking through the speakers in there, like, so they can hear you behind my mic, whatever. He's like, no, this sounds good. Don't stop. No, I'm just turn this a little bit. He's like, matter of fact, you know, you want to come in the session in here? You know, I'm with Chop Squad, I'm with the WAP. Went in there in the session and worked with them in there, and it was like, from that point on, we just built like a relationship, man, like just working hard together, like. You know, he called me anytime he got some ideas, and he'd just be beatboxing. Like, yo, I got the tempo, I want to sample this, I want to do that, and we just been locked in there.
Man, that is dope, man.
Yeah, for real. It was funny though. I was like, man, he gonna hear me, man. like, no, you gotta hear this, man.
And it's so crazy, man, because like, I mean, a lot of the songs, you know, that I heard you on and you're producing, it's a St. Louis sound, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like it got those riffs, those type of riffs in it, to where it's spontaneous riffs and
melodies,
you know, different melodies and stuff like that, to where it really, I mean, it's like a real Midwest, like that's how St. Louis sound. And I think your rap style, because I was just listening to the Dubai Nights, and it's like it's upgraded. It's like, it's like an upgraded St. Louis, you know what I mean? For sure. And from like those type of melodies, but you get stuff from the east, the west, the south. You know what I'm saying? To pull them all together over this new type of rap style of today, man. It's just like, it's fire, bro.
I appreciate that.
So it's understandable why you was like, yo, bro, gotta hear it.
He gotta hear it. At this point too, like I'm doing so much, because at that point, you know, I done built up some buzz for myself. You know what I'm saying? At the time when I met him, it wasn't like I was just from back in the days, and I'm like, man, hold on, like I'm out here working. You know what I'm saying? Like I know you ain't familiar, so I gotta let him know, like, hey, and you in there, you know, with Chop Squad and Loudy, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, nah, we gotta make this make sense. Like my folks would be looking at me crazy if they knew I was in a situation and they didn't connect somehow. They'd be like, man, what? You ain't, you know what I'm saying? You ain't say that, you ain't living here nothing, you ain't. I'm like, yeah, so.
I get it, bro. Yeah. Do y'all got anything coming up?
Man, we got a lot of stuff in the vault. I ain't gonna lie, like we got so many records in the vault, man. so I produce for him, stuff like he writing for other artists that I've done production on. It actually is a crazy record that he got in the tuck that we got. It's gonna drop. I don't want to say when it's gonna drop, nothing like that, because I know they want to announce it a certain way. But
yeah, I gotta get exclusive.
Yeah. It's something crazy for the city. I say there's something like real St. Louis that you gotta respect. This salute is one of them type of moves. Okay, yeah.
Okay, I gotta get some kind of exclusive.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
How did you end up being, starting to record and produce in Atlanta and LA and get to moving around, outside of St. Louis? How did you end up start doing that?
Man, a lot of that really was relationships, man. Like just people that I think the thing with me is like a lot of people I work with. It's one of the things, you want to say, you want your name to be good in the rooms that you're not in. Like you want to work to where, okay, when I'm not in these rooms, this person can vouch for me and plug you into situations. So I think a lot of that really is how I got the vision outside of St. Louis. Just people messing with what I was doing, what I bring to the table, whether it be performance wise, production wise, artist wise, or just sometimes just being just a cool human being, to somebody, that goes a long way. Like, if people feel like you cool in a room, or they feel like when you was around, they may not even heard your song or what you got to offer, but they feel like when this energy was around, I like dude, it was cool. It wasn't no issue, it wasn't no drama and nothing like that. So I think just kind of moving like that was the reason why I get some phone calls of, hey, we got a situation in Atlanta, they say LA, and we got this going on, want you to be there. So. And after that, it's like a snowball effect. It's just like, okay, going back to Nelly told me that too. He was like, yo, you got to be in the rooms. You got to be in the rooms around the people that you want to be in, so to speak. So if I know there's something going on over in Atlanta where it's like a network, or whether it's like an event or just certain artists that's at these places, like you got to get over there, like to even get that emotion there. Like you never know. Like a lot of the collabs he had, he was like, man, it was on a humbug. I just knew I needed to be in these certain places, and then it just linked up and happened, and coming to me, whatever. So I don't know. I looked at that like, okay, yeah, like I know I gotta get over that. I know I can't just be in my bedroom and just, let it just fall on my lap, and then I'm here, So
yeah, man. How did the project with Hitman Holla come about?
Oh man, I did that start. Me and Hitman, we got cool. I gotta shout out Show Out, but the show, Me and Show Out was locked in first. Like we had, man, we got so many projects together and like just records. Like once we locked in, it was just like back to back studio nights. Here, I want to do this show. So I think for me working with Show, I think that's what kind of got Hitman attention. Like, oh damn, like bro, hard. Oh, he doing all your records, or he doing this. So he came into town one time and. He wanted me to put him to the studio and work with him. I think that's our first time like actually working in person, So just from that encounter, I think led to like, okay, anytime he wanted a record or got an idea, he'd call me like, hey bro, let's do this, let's lock in. Anytime he wanted this or the battle rap on something, like, hey Joe, no, you already know, man, I'm gonna go, you heard what such said, man? Oh, I need something crazy for this. I'm like, I got you. So like, from that point on, we already knew we had a good working relationship together. So, he just wanted to do a project, whatever. Like, man, I think I want to. And matter of fact, before then, what happened was him and Nick, they was doing Nick Cannon. They was doing a tour, like I think like Stars, the Next Star, or something. So they had different artists on there that was going around performing. And when they was coming to St. Louis, Hitman was like, yo, we performing at the pageant. Me and Nick, we doing this tour, whatever. And he was like, man, I really want to bring you out there with me. Like, you get on the keys, we do some of these records like live or whatever. It's before the project. It's just,
Yeah.
And I'm like, hell yeah. Like, you ain't got to have me. Like, I'm going to say, no, I can't do that. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I go out there with him, and I got the video on my page too. And as he performing, I'm playing the keys behind him, and like, when the records go off, like I'm doing like making beats on stage, kind of just freestyling, and now he kind of rapping to just, to the straight the keys, no background track and nothing. And in the video, you see Nick was DJing, he DJing the whole set, and you see him like, as I start on the keys, he like damn, who was that? So, after that night, hit me up like, bro, man, Nick, like he rock with you, man. He's like, man, everything was doing is dope. He was like, our set that we did in St. Louis, he felt like that was his best set throughout the whole tour. Like that was just added something different to it, you know what I'm saying, to the whole presence of it. So Nick was the one like, yo, we need to bring him out to LA. Y'all come to the studio, like let's get this, you know what I'm saying, let's work, let's do this project or whatever. And from that point on, it was like, okay. And we just knocking the records out, bro. Yeah, that was crazy in itself. Being in there with Nick in LA, like just seeing like, okay, you know, see people you grew up and knowing, but actually seeing how they move in real life and having these conversations with them was dope. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Y'all during that LA session with Nick, that's how y'all came up with the Our Culture.
Yeah, Our Culture. Yeah. That's what kind of jump started everything. Like, okay, yeah, you know, and once we got a couple good records out, it was just like, oh yeah, we need to. Yeah, keep this going.
That was dope. Any more? Y'all got any more?
Yeah, man, we actually working on one right now, like literally right now. This one is called Back Home. We doing it. It's gonna be all St. Louis features on it. You know what I'm saying? Me and Hitman, really like, and it's crazy. It started off we were just gonna do this, you know, another project. Like, let's come back with another one. And then he came into town, and then it was just like a couple artists was in the, you know, came through the session or whatever, and he was like, man, bro, I think I'm gonna do all St. Louis artists on here. Like, let me. I'm like, bro, hell yeah. I'm like, no, that's what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, like that's and doing it in a way to where it's like, you know, not just necessarily grabbing the obvious names of people that you know, they already blew up from here. Like, let's sprinkle some of that, but sprinkle some people that's gonna come up and get some folks that's super dope that the city gonna really salute. Like, okay, like so.
So you just sitting on fire.
Oh my God! Oh man, yeah. It's crazy.
I'm glad I caught you at the right time.
Yeah, we like literally right now working on that project.
Sitting on fire right now.
I think so far with the project we got Hitman and Riley got a crazy joint. Hitman and Sky. I got one with him, Shorty, Reggie's son. That mug is crazy. Got Show Out on there. Yeah. We still got to do the joint. Me and him we got to do our joint too. But we trying to put this together the right way, man. For real.
Man, oh man, that's man. I'm looking forward to all of that, man.
Yeah.
How did the contest to take artists from St. Louis out to Dubai? How did that happen?
Now that happened. That was through shout out XL. XL. He with an organization. Well, he's over it. It's called Global VIP. I met him year back around the time of the come up. That's why it's so crazy, because I met him way back then, you know, and through a mutual through Dana Christian. Shout out Dana Christian, super legendary videographer out of St. Louis, and he had knew him or whatever, and he was like that he had opportunity in New York because he's from New York, and he was like, yo, I'm looking for some artists to come perform or whatever. So that's how I ended up going out to New York and performing for XL showcase or whatever he had going out, and so they ended up turning into like. Now, mind you, New York, when I get there, that's my first time in New York when I went, you know what I'm saying? And all I'm hearing from everybody is, man, New York, they a tough crowd. Like, man, they don't play. They too cool for school. Like, you know what I'm saying? They just waiting to boo you. Like, man, I dare you to, you know what I'm saying? They waiting. And like,
Apollo tree.
Yep, exactly. And I got such a good response, like, from the performance. Like, when I did that, it was just like, he told me, like, bro, New York don't usually do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to really impress them, you know what I'm saying? So the fact that you got a good response and you're not from here at all, whatever. So ever since then, like, we kind of just kept in touch throughout the years. And fast forward to, I want to say maybe a couple years ago, he had reached out to me. He was like, I think he just inboxed me randomly, like, yo, bro, how you been? Everything been good? I'm like, yeah, I'm straight. You're like, yo, I got a situation out in Dubai. You know, Rick Ross was just here last night and such and such, man. You know, I want to come out here and perform. And I'm looking at my DMs like, man, you gotta be like some type of scam. like, bro, what? Like, dog. I'm like, man, like, you know, and it wasn't nothing against him. I just was like, you know, man, we in St. Louis, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never been out the country, bro, and I'm just like, it just sounded too good, so I kind of just like, I hit him back, but I ain't basically giving no answer, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, so that kind of just faded away. Then I think the following year, he reached out again, and he like, yo, bro, man, tell me about, I gotta get you out here in Dubai, bro, yada. So I'm like, okay, this time, you know, I guess the stars must have just aligned better, because let's had a conversation or whatever, and he broke it down to me, like, what the situation was, like, yo, he been going there for years and years. So the whole time he been building up the relationships and the, you know what I'm saying, situations out there. So, and he told me, he was like, bro, like anytime I bring artists from the States over there, like I want to actually showcase, like, no, we got talent over here. Like I don't want to just bring anybody over here just to be here. So he's like, I feel like you're gonna be able to actually give a good performance and something different. You on the keys and you rapping, you're doing this and that. So that's how they even came about when he brought me out there. I opened up for artist Vina Love. Shout out Vina Love. She out of New York. And that first trip was just so crazy, bro. Like just even being out the country and seeing like people that don't know me from nothing, you know what I'm saying? And just like was able to appreciate the music and vibe with it and the whole nine. So experience went so good. I told him like, bro, we gotta, this next year when I go back, we gotta bring St. Louis or somebody with me. We gotta figure out, because I almost feel bad for just, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I gotta share this. Like I can't, we gotta put something together. So that's how that came about.
So this is a contest that Excel does, where he takes, you know, independent artists out to perform in
Dubai. Yep.
And you being from St. Louis, you like, well, it's a whole bunch of dope people that's from where I'm from.
Oh yeah, man.
So you like, it can't just be me. I gotta bring some people with me. So that's how
it happened, you know. And I mean, literally a conversation out there to actually to see it kind of manifest and come to fruition was just crazy. That's why this last year I
don't mean to cut you off, man, but why was it important for you to make sure that you brought other St. Louis artists home?
I think a lot of it is, I look at me like a lot of situations I kind of look at from both sides of it. So like, with me being an artist, you know, trying to get to the next level, wanting to do these things, like it's certain opportunities like that I wish, okay, man, wish I would have ever came my way, or dang, I wish I could have been a part of this. So I just feel like by me going, I just feel obligated. I think a lot of it is like me being a producer and producing for like so many artists in the city, and just I got a lot of relationships and connections with people. It's almost like I can just hear it on the back of my head. Like I'm like, no, I got you, bro. I got you. I don't want to be that dude, man, that go out there and do that, and then it just like, I'll just keep it to myself, because there's already a lot of that going on. Like I always say, I think in St. Louis, a lot of people kind of keep opportunities like to themselves so tight because we don't have a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you go like to Atlanta or LA's or certain places where they got a whole bunch of different huge networks, and this is there. And if you want to get on that, you know, you got to go there, whether it be the Breakfast Club, whether it be on the radar, you know, whatever the case is. So people feel like when they hear and they get any little thing, oh no, they ain't get this, you know, because ain't nobody else. I got it. You know, you think if you share it or spread it, you know, you take it away from yourself, like so. And I don't look at it that way. I'm like, nah, man, it's dope. Like, man, I work with too many dope people, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that I just see out here. I can see what they would do out here. I know the response they get. So,
man,
yeah, we end up taking Charlene, shout out Charlene, and Man Naps, 2 dope artists from here, and they went out. They killed it out there, man. This past October when we went. So. Yeah, that was everything.
Yeah, man, that's dope. That's dope,
everything,
man.
Bro.
Are there any artists that you haven't worked with that you would like to work with?
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to think. There's some artists that I've worked with, but we haven't really like locked in all the way. I'm gonna think like it's some artists. Maybe I sent the beat to them, but we never actually got in the studio together and worked on some. Like I said, Nando, STL. Like I said, we worked, but I feel like we haven't really got a chance to lock all the way in. If it's gonna happen, now that's my people, so I know it's gonna happen. But
that's gonna be good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, he last time I was in the studio, he hit me up. I was producing something from I want to say for Pink Sweats. Something he doing with Pink Sweats and like Lil Russell. So like. That's it. We worked, but I'm saying this still. I know we need to go ahead and set some other time aside. We gonna get him on the Hitman project too. We was already talking about it. Yeah. Man, who was this? It's one female from here. I don't want to get her name wrong, but she's super dope. I would say she produces, she sings. Is it Ada? Is that how you say her name? Yeah, she's super crazy. Like
dope.
Super dope. Like I've seen her. I remember I seen her on A-Verb. She sung the hook on the records they got. I've seen her live somewhere, like I'm just like, yo, she's super crazy.
I heard a live performance, like a live recording.
Yeah.
Amazing voice.
Super crazy, like
amazing voice, man. I gotta get her up.
Yeah,
too.
Yeah. She one of them, like, I don't know, she kind of give me like a Missy Elliott level of just like, I don't know, like creativeness. Like I've seen her, she produced, you know what I'm saying? She sings, like she just, she's somebody I definitely want to work with for sure.
I've only heard like her sing. You know what I mean? I haven't known her for like too much outside of singing. But her voice is amazing.
It is.
You know what I mean? So you and her.
I already know. It's like I just already. Some people you just know, like that's gonna go crazy. Like you ain't gotta guess. Like this gonna go crazy.
It's crazy, man.
It's a lot. I don't want to leave nobody out, but it definitely is. It's a lot of artists that as much as I've worked with a lot of artists, there's still some that I feel like we gotta scratch it off the list, man.
I got you, man. Do you believe you can be successful as an artist without the support from your hometown?
But me personally, I think you can. But I guess it depends on what your version of success is. Like, you know, how you view it. Because me personally, I don't know. I think it's just always best to just have that hometown, just, you know, backing. Now, what I will say, it is, of course, the other ways, like, you know, because sometimes your hometown may not be necessarily your market, you know, depending on what type of artist you are, what you're making. So that's the reality of it too. And you don't want to let that discourage you. Like, okay, well, people in my city ain't really down, they don't get it, or they ain't catching on. But you might could take that same and go to like LA or somewhere else where they own that wave and that frequency, and they get it and they get behind you, and then maybe the city can just, oh, okay, we get it now, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's both ways. Yeah, I won't say it's impossible. I think with me, that's just kind of how it panned out for me. Just, you know what I'm saying, with the city getting the love that I get it means a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, just having it, like that extra, like, confidence. Like, okay, yeah, they got my back. Okay, cool.
Man, it's crazy how humble you are, man.
Thank you, bro.
You are very, very humble, man. So, who would you put on your St. Louis Mount Rushmore?
In the Rushmore, there's 4 spots, right? 4 spots.
Yeah. I already know Nelly.
Yeah, Nelly. You gotta put Nelly on there. Dang, 4 spots make it so hard. Like, damn. Like, I'm gonna get some phone calls. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, where you ain't going? Nephew? Damn. Well, let me say this. Nelly, that's Lunatics included. They reserve that 1 spot. Yeah, we got to. We can't break it. That's it. But they scoped it out. It's gonna be all on that one. Yeah. Let's put them all in that one spot. They all on one head right there.
Look, this is your Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
We're gonna allow it today.
Okay. Thank you, man.
We're gonna allow it today, man.
So that's one head right there.
We cleared the whole new city. New city is over.
Okay, boom. Man, it's so hard. I want to leave folks out. I'll put Jaquan, for 2 reasons. One, because of what he was able to do at such a young age. I mean, with just that taking over the whole world with, you know, shit. Man, Tipsy to this day is just like, you know, still getting played in with us, Shabuzi flipping it, and he's still getting awards and Grammys off of this joint, you know what I'm saying? So, that influence is crazy. I've definitely got to give it to Quan. That's for the one reason, for him being, he was an influence on me too with that first album. Second reason, because he gonna call and curse me out if I don't. He would call, look, cuz, you ain't gonna. Debbie Quan on there. Man, it's so hard because it's like, when I think around Mount Rushmore, like, I almost like it's gotta be the OGs per se, like, cause it's a lot of heavy hitters like this coming on now, like this, like they deserve, but this gotta be done a second, like Mount Rush, like we gotta have it separate the OGs and then
at this point it's whoever don't curse you out, man.
Yeah, like
you got 2 more slots left.
Cause I feel like you gotta mention Sexy Red, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as what you able to come, like, you gotta mention Smino, you know what I'm saying?
Smino,
like,
that's 4.
You gotta, oh man,
that's
Maestro said, Nelly Quan, Smino Red. Man, there's so many folks out there, that's hard though, there's so many, like, you wanna get props to. Even Ching, I gotta put Ching on there.
Hey, look,
no, look,
it's not
I got to.
5.
We was just texting today. Chingy would be like, "Oh, word!" Like he just literally rapped on one of my beats today. Like I can't do that, man. I can't.
All right, who we taking off? Hold on, we gonna add a 5 for you, man. We gonna
Okay.
So Chingy,
yeah, Chingy.
We good? Do we need to add any more? Cause this Maestro, Mount Maestro right now.
You gotta put me somewhere on that too. Yo, yeah, man, it's a lot of honorable mentions. Like, I was just, if I could build a Mount Rushmore, it'd be them 4 or 5, and then maybe up under there, I had like honorable mentions of folk like that. You gotta just salute. You got to.
Okay.
You got to, man. Rest in peace, Huey, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to. Like, it's
a lot of legends.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This is yours. So I can't touch it. I can't touch it, man. So we good with the 5.
We good at 5, yeah. We good at 5. If it changed, I'm gonna text you later. Like, hey, I'm. Oh man.
You got Nelly,
Lunatics,
OU City.
Yeah.
J-Quan, Sexy Red, Smino, and Chink.
Yeah.
All right. My last question to you before we wrap it up, man, is what's next for you, man? What's next for Maestro?
Man, what's next is I'm really finna go heavy, man, with my artistry. You know what I'm saying? As far as releasing more music, I'm gonna say that part. I've always been recording. I got vocal amount of songs, but right now with my release of my new single, Dubai Nights, you know what I'm saying? It's got me more focused on, okay, I'm in promo mode, I ain't gonna lie, I'm hitting the ground running, you know what I'm saying? And I got a lot of projects, some stuff I can't really, you know what I'm saying, talk about, but you're gonna see more projects from me, you know. Last year we went to Dubai, but this year we went to Dubai. Next year I got another surprise location that I'm trying to figure that situation out, and if that turns out to be what it is, and I'm gonna be, you know, trying to bring the city along there too, or whatever the case is. But yeah, you're gonna just see more. There's more of me. Like I'm outside more. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got a lot of music to drop, man. Got a lot, so it's gonna be a lot for sure.
Man, like time be flying by, man. I had a lot of stuff I wish I could have got into with you, but just don't have enough time.
Yeah, it's cool. We gotta do a part 2 or something. Do a part 2. Let me tell you the truth, man. What I really feel about that, and that's when we go crazy. That couple headlines.
For sure, man. But any sort of sign-offs, anything else want to put out there, man?
Man, I just want to say, you know, definitely y'all tap in with a new single, Dubai Nights. You know what I'm saying? Went out there and did it, man. I had to come back, made a record about it. Make sure y'all support that. Tap in with us out right now. Man, I just want to shout out my little bro, Zay. You know what I'm saying? Xavier's dope artist. Make sure y'all tap in with him. Shout out Trap. That's Trap with 3 O's. Another dope artist I'm working with right now. We got crazy records, Cheese Dope, Verse on Stage, ASRTZ, man, it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to everybody I work with, man. We locked in. Jazz B, what up, Jazz B, man? So, yeah, that's it.
All right, then that's it, man. We out.